Hi Year 3, welcome to Friday's spelling and handwriting session. I hope you're all well. I've been really impressed with all the fantastic spelling and handwriting work that you've done so far this week. Now, for the start of today's lesson, I want to know whether you could be the teacher for me, because here are our 3 forewords that we've looked at so far this week. Believe, special, disappear and difficult, but I've forgotten how to spell them. Could you maybe have a little check for me and see how I could improve my spelling? Press pause, and then when you're finished, we'll have a look together. How did you get on? I've got my purple pen here to help me with my corrections. Did you spot anything wrong with the word believe? Well done if you spotted that whereas normally we put never believe a lie, lie is L-I-E in the middle, but I've accidentally got this E and this I the wrong way around. How about special? You have to be special to be in the CIA, that's right. And have I got CIA written here? Oh no, I've actually got C-A-I. There's 2 other letters I need to swap around there. You have to be special to be in the C-I-A. What about disappear? Well done if you spotted that I've missed that double letter. Disappear has 2 P's in it. And there's also a double letter in difficulty. Let's think about that Matilda clip from yesterday. Mrs. D, Mrs. I, Mrs. F, F. I forgot one of the Mrs. F's. Mrs. I, Mrs. U, Mrs. I, Mrs. C, Mrs. U, Mrs. LT, and maybe a Y as well. Brilliant, thanks for your help with that. And now that we know, let's swap them for the correct spellings. Believe, special, disappear and difficult. So believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. Never believe a lie. Special, you have to be special to be in the C-I-A, S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Disappear. We know the dis prefix from last week, and appear we could have ap and ear, or a-p and then pair, but we must remember that it's got that double P in the middle. And finally, difficult. Mrs. D, Mrs. I, Mrs. F, F-I, Mrs. C, Mrs. U, Mrs. L-T, and Y if you wanted to change it to difficulty. Now, you did a brilliant job checking my spelling, but I wonder if you could check my handwriting for me now, because I wonder if there's anything I could do to improve. Think about which letters need to be ascenders and descenders. Have a really close look for me. Okay, what did you spot? What do you think I could improve about my handwriting in the word believe? I've joined the letters nicely. Well done if you spotted that they're not all sat on the line. What about special? Well, I think I formed all the letters correctly. However, there's something I've forgotten to do. Well done if you said I've forgotten to join my letters, because in year 3, wherever we can, we're trying to join as many letters as we can. What about disappear? Well done if you spotted that I've forgotten that the P's are descenders. Those tails should be below the line. And what about difficult? Well done if you spotted that it's the F's that I need to improve. F is such an unusual letter because it's the only one that's an ascender and a descender, so it should go above and below the line. Well done if you spotted those. Now, I'm going to introduce the new spelling word for today, but before that, if I'm going to be able to write it beautifully, I need to warm my hands up. So here's today's handwriting warm-up. For our handwriting warm-up today, we're going to do a little art activity that will help improve our fine motor skills, especially our skills with a ruler. All you'll need is a sheet of plain paper or line paper, a pencil, a ruler, or something straight to draw a line with, and maybe some colouring crayons as well. And we're going to start by just drawing a circle. Now, you might feel confident enough to draw a circle freehand, or you might want to find something circular to draw around. I'm going to use this awesome mug that Charlie's bought me. Thank you, Charlie. And I'm going to draw around it very carefully to give myself a circle. And then we're going to put some dots around the outside of the circle. I'm going to go for 8. The more dots you put, the trickier it will be. But I'm going to put 4 around north, east, south and west, and then a few in the middle between them to give me a total of 8. And this is where we now use our ruler to practice our skills. We're going to go one dot at a time. I'm going to start with this one at the bottom. And our job is simply to go around and draw lines to join it to each of the other dots. Each time I use my ruler, I use my other hand, the one I don't write with, to line it up to check that I'm happy, that both dots are on the line, and then I carefully draw a line from dot to dot. Going around, joining it to each one, moving the ruler around carefully as I go. And it's great to practice drawing these lines with a ruler. When you get back to school, your teachers are going to be so impressed with how neatly you underline your dates. And then once you've joined one dot to all the others, then it's time to move on to the next dot. So I'm going to go around in a clockwise direction and start with this one. Now, the nice thing is that as you go around and join, well, every time you get to a new dot, you've already joined one line to it. Look, I've already done that one, so there'll be one less each time. So I'm now going to carefully carry on until I make it all the way back around. And there we have it. I've joined each dot to every other dot and created this intricate pattern using just my ruler. Now the next step is, if you want to, you could get some of your colouring crayons and try to start neatly colouring in different colours the little gaps between the lines, and maybe you could send us some of your creations that you have a go at once you've added all the different colours in. And how you challenge yourself is up to you, because if you wanted to make it more challenging, you'd put more dots around the outside to draw more lines, or you could do it with even fewer lines, or fewer dots, sorry, if you wanted to. Here's one I made earlier using 12 dots instead to create even more lines. Have fun making your artistic creations. Now that our fingers are warmed up and ready to do some amazing handwriting, let's have a look at today's Year 3-4 word. S U R P R I S E. Can you read it? Surprise. The audience got a great surprise as the magician did his trick. Have a close look at the word and have a think. Which do you think might be the trickiest bits to remember in this word? When I spell it, I always have to remember that it's got this digraph in, because when we say it, it sounds more like a short sound in there, surprise, but it's actually surprise. So I have to remember that digraph. And the other thing that sometimes catches me out is when we say the word prize on its own, it's a Z because it's a Z sound at the end. But in surprise, we must remember that this split vowel digraph is actually splitting an S. So that's another one for you to practice and add to our list of 3-4 words. Today, we're going to look at all the spelling rules that we've learnt so far this week. Let's start with my turn. Now let's see if I can remember how to add those ly suffixes from earlier in the week. The first root word that I've got is sad, and I know that for the word sad, all I need to do to change sad to sadly is add that suffix. Can you remember what it is? Well done if you said the ly suffix. See how neat I'm going to join it. I know that D is an ascender, so it must go all the way to the top. The L is an ascender, so that goes all the way to the top as well. And the Y is a descender, so it goes below the line. This is an example of where the root word doesn't need to change. I just add on the ly suffix to change sad to sadly. What about this root word, angry? How can I change angry to angrily? A, N, fit between the lines. G is a descender. And then it's the R. Now I know that when I add the ly suffix to words ending Y, we have to swap the Y for another letter. Can you remember which one it is? Well done if you said it's I. We swap the Y for an I before we add the ly suffix. Angry becomes angrily. How about incredible? The magician did an incredible trick. Well, the clue here is that this word ends in an L-E. And I know if the word ends in an LE, because it's already got that L there, I don't need to add the LY suffix as normal. I just need to swap the E for a Y. Let's have a go. I, N, C, R. All of these letters are fitting between the lines. Now the D is an ascender. The I, the B is an ascender. The L is an ascender. And now because it's already got the L there in the LE, I just swap the E for a Y. Go back and dot my two I's. And incredible has become incredibly. Here's an example from yesterday's lesson. How can I change the word music to musically? Well, the clue here is that music ends with an IC. Words like basic, frantic, dramatic, automatic, music, for example, the words that end in IC, we have to add a different suffix, a longer one. Can you remember which four letters it is? Well done if you said it's A-L-L-Y. So to change music to musically, I need to write the root word again. I don't need to take any letters off. Music, all fitting within the lines. And then I need the A, L, L, Y suffix. Go back and dot my I to change music to musically. And finally, if you looked at the 3 chili challenge yesterday, you'll know that there are always rule breakers. Let's see how this root word sly changes the rules if I want to change it to slyly. Well, I've spotted straight away that it ends in a Y. And normally, if a root word ends in a Y, I'd need to swap that for an I before adding the LY. However, with sly and shy and mostly one syllable words that end in Y, you don't actually have to. It breaks that rule. So if I want to change sly to slyly, I'd keep the root word exactly the same before adding the ly. So that is an example of a rule breaker. Right, that was my turn. Let's see if you can have a go now. Let's do an our turn.
For our turn, have a look at the root words that are written at the bottom of the page. Frantic, simple, slow, shy, gentle, magic, public, happy, quick, and sneaky. Your job on your sheet of paper is to change those words by adding the ly or the ally suffix onto each one. And as well as writing them out correctly with the correct suffix, could you put them into the correct column? I wonder whether for each one you'll just need to add ly, swap the le for ly, swap a y for an I before you add ly. Maybe you'll have to add the ally suffix, or maybe there's even a rule breaker in there. Press pause now, have a go at adding the suffixes, and then press play again and we'll see if you got them right. Good luck. Let's check together. For frantic to become frantically, you need to add the ally suffix. Frantically. For slow to become slowly, you need to just add ly. For gentle, because it ends in an le, you need to take away the e before you add the y. Gentle becomes gently. Sneaky ends with a y, so we need to swap that for an I before we add the ly. Sneakily. Shy is a rule breaker. You can keep the y before you add ly. Simple ends le, so let's swap that e for a y. Magic becomes magically. It ends with an IC, so it must need the ally suffix. Quick doesn't need to change. We can just add the ly suffix onto it. Happy, we need to swap that y for an I before we add ly. Happily. And finally, if you looked at the 3 chili, you would think with public, because it ends in an IC, you'd need to put it in the ALLY category. But actually, publicly is one of those rule breakers. You only need to add the ly. Well done if you managed to sort those correctly. Now it's your turn for today's challenges. The first one is to go onto Spelling Shed, and there are 2 assignments for you today. A mixture of ly and ally suffix words, and also the second assignment is the 5 year 3-4 words that we've practiced this week. As well as that, your other challenge today is to try and get active while learning your spellings. While we're not able to go out as much, It's great to be able to get outside if we can to practice, and you'll just need some chalk or maybe some sheets of paper or another way to write the letters down. Let me show you.
Using my chalk, I'm going to write all 26 letters of the alphabet. And now I'm going to either get someone to shout out some of the spelling words we've learnt this week, or I'm going to think of them myself and I'm going to try and jump to the correct letters to spell those words. Let's start with an easy one. Sadly. So I know for sadly I need S, A, D. Sad is my root word, and then I know I just need to add the ly suffix. L, Y. Or you could try a much trickier one like enthusiastically. Let's have a go. I know that starts with an E. E, N, T, H, U, enthuse, S, I, A, S, T, I, C. And I know that because enthusiastic, the root word ends in an IC, I actually need the A-L-L-Y suffix. A, L, L, and Y. Have fun. Have a great weekend, Year 3, and well done for a brilliant week of home learning. Bye-bye.